fleeing to never go to jail. I'm fresh up out the gutter, I don't know if you can tell. I'm hustling for everything I do for legacy. You can call me any type of day, my dog, I never sleep. The only rule I got is if we don't embarrass me. I write down my problems, then record it just for therapy. Just for clarity, old clubs selling out of here to doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, old clubs selling out of here to doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich, the whole club.
Opened back in 2003. Have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And no return here to start. It's a fair catch, and they will set up shop at the 25. Smith in motion right. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. You look at this Browns defense, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Hurts. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Now a hit and a loose football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Get it!
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months. Not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This now a 3rd and 4. In motion, Slayton. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And some room to work. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 11 more on that one, and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there. 2nd and 5 from the 8.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flushed out right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Browns get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Now a 2nd and 10. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Pulled in at the 24. Now, a nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all. Try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now 2nd and 9. And again, it's Chubb. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now it'll be 4th and short.
Running for it. Here's Chubb. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal. There wasn't even thought of a short field goal. There was no hesitation. They were going for it.
I think he was thinking ahead a couple plays ago, that if he got in this situation, they were definitely going for it. And you're right. It was a confident call and a decisive run.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Browns lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marking down at the 49. A big run there. 29 yards and a first. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and if anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good. Yeah. Backside guys,
meh.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the gun, it's Hurts. That ball caught. It's chosen. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing is Hurts. It's on the ground, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one. So you look over at the sideline. There's the head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it. Field goal time.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain. 59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. That is caught. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's only able to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They go up the middle with Chubb. Dances by him. And he's going to have a Browns 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defense.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now.
Eagles 3. Dustin Hopkins.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here, as Rodgers will not return it.
25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Come on.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
2nd and 4. Swings this out for Hunt. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 25 yards that time. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
In motion, Slayton. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Back to throw again. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. He'll drop to throw. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Hopkins' kick is good. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. It's a gain of 2, and it will be the final act of this first half of play. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
Here we go.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Ready.
Now a play fake here on first down. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
On the jump.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Oh, a good move at the 5. And he works free. He's still on his feet. Nick Chubb. The race is on, and he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. 151 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here first and 10 at their own 13. Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford any more at this point. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. The drive will start with an option going left. And not wanting to take a shot out of the pocket, he tucks it and goes down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. The big loss on first down leads to a tricky second down, 18 yards to go.
19 tight, 19 tight. 79 Broncos. Go.
Back to throw. That ball caught by Slayton. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
A gain of 19 yards.
Top 50, top 50.
They go play action here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Back to throw here. That's complete to Slayton. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And the Browns first down.
And Chubb will try the middle here. Gets past him at the 10. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Flush to his right. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. Chubb will score. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Touchdown, Cleveland.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30.
Makes the score Browns 33, Eagles 3. Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Now a throw here to his running back. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Martin Emerson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball could bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. They begin this drive with Chubb. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
43, Eagles 5.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And he returns this to the 22.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And that one into the hands of Brown downfield. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very solid gain of 27. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders?
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Go Silver, ready?
Hurts sets up to throw it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there of 22. Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
That's another Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
But 1st down, Hurts. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here's 2nd and 10. Hurts. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we
enjoy.
share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Now this throw caught left side and out across midfield down to the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Once again, he finds Slayton. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point good by Hopkins. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Eagles are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Here we go.
2nd and 10.
Panther 60.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Hassan Reddick able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the 1st. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
Oh, fires this one downfield for Chubb. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Martin Emerson. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And he completes it to Hunt. And he is going to lose yardage here. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll run for it. Chubb. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They run it again with Chubb. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot.